Okay. Yes, Gina.
And how to speed it up, because sometimes it takes longer.
Sometimes you can affect the speeding it up. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a matter of remember we talked about being precision and being precise, right? And if I'd have turned to this lady and said, you know, Sue, come here, in that particular stuff, it could have, you know, it worked because implied there was now. Okay. But otherwise, it could have been 15 minutes from now, and she could have come over. Okay. But the fact is, I already met her, had a connection with her, and so there was, you know. But if I hadn't, you know, you might even test this when you go out into the world here and stuff. Okay. It's a matter of turn your head now, turn your head in the next 30 seconds, you know, and see. So when it comes to the speed of what takes place, in some of it's case where you just gotta let go of it. This is where the conscious mind comes in. If you do some of the exercises we do here, and you want to psychically influence, and we'll take you through, you know, a set of steps, or and Ross will explain this to you, a ritual, okay, which is basically a set of steps that we're going to get you in the proper state and the proper energy and everything else. And you go through that ritual, and you send out this message to the universe that you want this thing to happen, okay? Then you need to let go of it. You need to clear your head consciously and go on. In a sense, you forget about it, okay? And now it's going to occur, okay? So there's a distinction there between, you know, I want to influence somebody right now. I want them to turn their head right now or come to me right now, versus, you know, I want my bank account to have $1,000 in it in 2 weeks. Okay. And if I keep thinking about having $1,000 in my bank account consciously, how many of you have ever done that from a standpoint of perception of time, and you're expecting a phone call, and it's a very important phone call, and you want it to be right now, and so you're sitting there. Where's the phone call? Where's the phone call? Where's the phone call? Where's the phone call? It seems like it's forever that it gets there, and then it may not come, right? So you want to forget about it, okay? And when I say forget about it, I'm using that term from a standpoint of you're going to do the ritual, you're going to do the set of steps of exercise, you're going to do it, you're going to close that transaction, you're going to send it to the universe, and then you go on, okay? And some of them you might do something like that, you know, once a week, you know, a couple of times a week, you know, 2 or 3 times a month, depending on the situation, depending on the complexity of what you want to occur. Okay. And that's basically the way you want to use this.